Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the Football Tea, where we talk football and football matter, talk about everything football related. In this episode, we're going to have a fun topic once again. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for?
Please like and subscribe now. It's very free and you will enjoy a lot of episodes from us. Thank you.
Thank you. All the time in football, we football fans, right? Like we heard like some kind of ridiculous comparison at some times. Whenever there is a footballer who has 7 good games, then we see like this, ridiculous comparison. And you feel like, wow, it's actually kind of interesting why football fans try to kind of make this kind of comparison, and then they create certain terms to describe certain phenomena and they take it as if it's facts. But we are like literally in 2025 and everything is out there. You can literally just Google things and you'll find answers for what you are looking for. But unfortunately, I feel it is a phenomena and it's one of my biggest ache. What do you think about it?
Well, I feel the same way. I agree with you. Some people call it recency biasness and stuff like that. So yeah, we always, when somebody does something, you just feel like, yeah, he's better than the other person, and then you forget what the person have done maybe consistently for years. And it's unfortunately that is something we have to deal with in football.
If I'm being honest, even this term recency bias, I feel like it being really misused to the extent that I was like, oh, I really don't want to hear it. It's like anything you will say, people will throw it in your face. Oh, it's recency bias. So I was like, guys, we have to kind of, have some certain of like basic understanding of this kind of terms. But recently I also came across very, very interesting debate, quote unquote. Is Ryan Cherki more talented than Kylian Mbappe? That was actually the discussion.
No way. It's not talented than Mbappe. Maybe aesthetically, people are also one of the biggest problems right now is that players who are aesthetically pleasing or who has more flair in the eye test, they tend to get a lot of praise and hype, and they tend to get more ratings than players who does more off the ball work, players who works more hard, or players who are more efficient and more direct with what they do. So sometimes those people who misplace or people who mistem or whatever feel like, how can you say Cherki is more talented than Mbappe? In what regard?
And then in the same discussion, it was like, no, but maybe he is just more technically gifted than Kylian Mbappe. And then someone else was saying the only way that Kylian Mbappe is more talented than Ryan Cherki if we count athleticism as a talent. And I was like, I actually don't want to kind of enter these discussions because there's no base for us. But I feel like this kind of discussion ruins football. And then we see some random comparisons. I was watching a game and the pundits, they were actually discussing whether Lamine Yamal is at the level of Messi. Can you imagine?
Which Messi? Is he 17-year-old Messi or which?
No, in general, like some people are like having this discussion. So we saw recently the game Spain versus Portugal. We see suddenly people are trying to compare Cristiano Ronaldo to Lamine Yamal. I was watching it. It was in beIN Sport, and they were literally 10 minutes talking about how Lamine Yamal is surpassed Messi in certain areas and stuff like that. And I was like, this is such a disrespectful conversation. It's like, why?
There is no aspect of the game. Like, there is no way you can compare Messi. Yeah, this is very disrespectful. I don't even want to go there. All you can say, just like, it's all about aesthetics. Like I said, Lamine Yamal's dribbling might be more aesthetically pleasing to watch, but he's not a better dribbler. It doesn't make him a better dribbler than Messi. It doesn't make him more efficient than Messi. He doesn't touch Messi in whatever, even the dribbling that I've saw, dribbling, chance creation, vision, IQ, football intelligence, technique, whatever part of the game, he doesn't touch.
It actually should not be mentioned in the same. It should not be mentioned in the same sentence as these people.
It's not. It's very
some people forget that Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi are in this top level for 20 plus years. Like, can you comprehend? It's literally like more than the age of Lamine Yamal. It's more than the age of Desiree Doué. It's like 1 year, like even more than the age of Jude Bellingham. These players, like Cristiano Ronaldo played with Kencesao's father and son. Messi played with Lionel Scaloni, and now he is his manager. It doesn't make sense. These players played like straight, longevity, consistency, flair, records. What do you want? Like, it doesn't make any sense, but I feel like football with these statistics and all this, By the way, guys, Football Mata talked about it in his various platforms. If you're not following him yet, make sure to do so, because you're going to enjoy his content very much. Also, this will lead me to the game, Spain versus Portugal, and you made a video about it. You talked about the game. I made a video about it as well, talking about the fact that some people are now even. I'm sorry, guys. We're talking about a lot of negative stuff today, but I was just like, we were trying to kind of shed a light on this matter. But like, I heard a lot of people saying that Luis de la Fuente doesn't understand anything, and he was the problem why Spain wasn't crowned the champions of the UEFA Nations League.
Some people they craze normally, because the same Luis de la Fuente had till now, even with that match, he didn't lose that match. He only lost on penalty, so it will still be counted as unbeaten for him. He's still in an unbeaten run since 2023. 2 years now, since 28th of March 2023. Man has been on an unbeaten run. In that run, he's not just winning ordinary friendlies and stuff. In that run, he has won the Nations League. In that same run, he has won the Euros, and he's still with that run going to win the World Cup, or going on the journey of World Cup next season. And you're saying he doesn't. Who was the one that was taking charge of those wins? And the way he won his Euros, most especially the Euros, it was in the most difficult way. He was eliminating previous champions of Euros and World Cup winners. And you're saying he doesn't know because of what? Because he lost to a penalty to a Portuguese side that is very, very largely talented and very much more experienced.
Exactly. You don't play against
much. If you look at the players, I feel like Portuguese players have more experienced players than Spanish players. Spanish players are very, very young and very promising.
Exactly.
So he's not so well with them.
Exactly, and we have to understand. Of course, criticism is part of the game, but sometimes, like, you don't have to, involve your agenda when you're doing criticism, especially for people who are like content creators, people that have platforms. Because whether you like it or not, a lot of people will actually come listen to what you're saying, and they will take it as a fact. So please. Make sure that you just at least double check what you're talking about, so we don't have like this kind of random conversation that try to compare Ryan Cherki to Kylian Mbappe. With no disrespect to Ryan Cherki, he's a very, very talented player and has a future ahead of him. But Kylian Mbappe,
I don't even care. It's not with any respect or what to. Them not be mates. Maybe age-wise, Kylian Mbappe is not so much older than him. But Kylian Mbappe was hearing stages from 17, 18. Kylian Mbappe was in the conversation of actually winning that world best. That's a FIFA Ballon d'Or that year. Because of the way he, with France, he was turning up in their knockouts, in their matches. Watch the clip of that guy. Then was when he was even dribbling. He was taking players on for fun. Because the man is playing like an experienced pro at that level. But as he has been to 2 World Cup finals, and look at the way he turned out the last final in the World Cup. Shock everybody. Hat-trick. Look at the way he scored.
Yeah, that's 3 goals he scored.
You can't compare. Look at the number of goals he's scoring. He's come to La Liga, and then he scored more than 40 something goals all competitions in his first full season.
Yeah.
Come on, they are not mates. What has Ryan Cherki done? Has Ryan Cherki ever come into the top 30 best players in the world? Has he ever led any assist board or goal scoring board? Does he have more assists than Kylian Mbappe? What does he have? Then he can't be compared. They are not mates.
Yeah. They're not, absolutely not. Like, you're talking about Ryan Cherki, who literally got his debut with France last week, and you're talking to someone
playing with the under 21 team. He's been playing with the youth level.
Yeah, of course. But like for the first team, he only got his debut game last week. Of course, he has, as I said, he has a very, very bright future ahead of him. But like, before we finish this episode, maybe Ryan Cherki now will most likely move to Manchester City. I kind of have some reservation because he's going to be playing under Pep Guardiola. But like, can you tell us, like, what is your take? What do you think?
Well, if I feel like Pep Guardiola now is also shifting a little, or trying to strike a balance between individual play and then playing according, tactically according to I feel like now he's giving his players some freedom. Like, you can see Doku is expressing himself on the pitch, Savinho as well, and stuff like that. Maybe he's now wanting to trust that individual brilliance of player a little. But then again, Man City is stacked, man. Man City has a lot of number 10s and then not attacking number 8s. So you fight for minutes. So it's not like he's going to walk straight into the line. And then there is the Premier League speed and tempo to adapt to.
Yeah.
which is not something that is going to be taken lightly. So I feel like it will take time to adjust. Whether or not you will, nail it down in the Premier League, I don't know yet, because in that position, trust me, there are a lot of guys, even Foden last season, that wasn't so, doing so well. We want to fight back this season. So a lot of guys are there for the position to take. That's just it.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you. I feel it's going to at least take him some time to adapt to this tempo, the system. Pep Guardiola as well. Not anyone can just go and come to Man City and become a starter in that team. Team starts with a lot of stars, technical players, very, very talented players. So we have to wait and see, but I wish all the best for him. Do you want to add anything?
No, I'm okay. I feel like everything has been touched and talked about. That's it.
Cool. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe.
Yeah, you must have to subscribe for more quality contents like this. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Have a good evening. Peace.
No cheats.